This? Oh, nice. Okay, all good? Ready to go? Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Garrick. I'm happy to be your Bay East Global Network Chair for this past year. And welcome to today's conversation about investing globally in the Philippines and Mexico. Let's do some quick introductions. If you are a Bay East staff or director, please stand up. We'd like to recognize you.
My only staff member.
Hi, Justin. Justin's helping us on the back end for sure. All right, Bay East Global Committee. And if you're in the committee, please stand up. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Barbara is our incoming Bay East president, so president-elect. We're sure to attend the inaugural, where we're going to celebrate her incoming presidency.
January 20th.
Tim Denbo is our director, and then for the committee we have Melrose. Okay. Sharon, Geraldine, as committee members as well. Okay. We want to thank our event sponsors, and we're going to invite up first Liz Salcido from First American. Come on up. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Hi everyone, Liz Salcido, First American Home Warranty, and just three little reminders that I want to share with you. For your buyers, we do a free rekey, so if you're interested in finding out more about how we can make that happen for your buyers, let me know. Another thing too is that we do have home warranties for people that just want a home warranty for their home, so homes that are not in escrow. I get asked so many times, I think you have to be in a real estate transaction to purchase a home warranty, but you don't. So give me a call, we can talk about that too. And thirdly, we do have free marketing materials. So if you're business planning for 2024 right now, come talk to me. We can talk about how we can help you grow and how we can get you some leads. Your success is my success. Always here to help you and your clients, and thank you for the opportunity. Yes.
Is there in the marketing material, do you have like a newsletter that can be plagiarized by the realtors, like, especially for a new realtor coming in?
Yes. We have, we have seasonal newsletters that you can, it's all about content, right? So newsletters you can send to prospects, send to your current sphere. We also have home maintenance guides that you can also send to your prospects, or if you're door knocking, you can drop off, and they're all personalized, so they're all customized to you and your company. And you just have content too, even just for me, social media content. Hey, did you know you can put vinegar in your dishwasher and it'll clean it? You know, things like that, different home tips that you can have as content for marketing. And we can definitely talk about that. I don't know if any of you know, I have a real estate marketing background, so I can definitely help you. Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you. Jonathan Wong from HSBC. He's got the global money.
Thanks. Hi, thanks. My name is Jonathan Wong with HSBC. I'm the premier mortgage consultant handling here in the East Bay. HSBC Bank is one of the largest international banks in the world, and here we help your clients here and foreign clients with their mortgage lending and banking needs. I just wanted to share a couple highlights of our company. We are a portfolio lender that we assist both domestic and international clients purchase here in the U.S. We'll go up to 80% financing, up to $5 million purchase price, and even cash out up to $3 million for your clients if they buy the house cash. We do offer interest-only products, and our debt ratios will go up to 50%. We'll go up to 55% on a case-by-case basis for our clients. We also do mortgages for international clients looking to buy here in the U.S. So if your clients are from the Philippines or from Mexico trying to buy here in the U.S., we'll do financing without any type of U.S. or credit or income. So we'll do like a foreign income check or a foreign credit check too. We'll do cash out refinances. If your client buys cash, we'll pull the money right back out for them. And we do offer lines of credit for international clients and clients here on the rental properties or anything like that, even the primary residence. Thanks, and if you have any other questions, I'd be more than happy to answer after the meeting.
Thank you, sponsors. Another round for them.
Garrett, sorry.
Hi.
I speak Spanish, so if you have any Spanish-speaking clients, I'm the only home warranty rep who speaks Spanish in the Bay Area.
Hey.
So, may I just say, I really want to thank them again because they kind of stepped up to the plate for us to be able to have a nice lunch. And because the theme is Philippines and Mexico, I wanted to have a taste of Mexico and a taste of the Philippines, and to have two different types of food on the table.
Hi, Will.
Hey, I just want to make
You guys have been
a pitch for the CIPS, the Certified International Property Specialist designation. You can acquire it in two ways. One way is in person. So there are associations that do schedule it. I think Silicon Valley does. Santa Clara, I think, does. There's a couple down south in I can't remember which ones they are, but there are a few that are in the Southern California area that sponsor it. You can also take it online, NAR's online webinar area. So that is a great way to do it. If you don't want to put 5 or 6 days, live and travel and et cetera out of the market, you can do that anytime. Do that in that 10 to 11, 10 to 12 p.m., instead of watching that late night show, take the CIPS. So great designation. It does give you a lot of benefits, and also, brings you into the NAR International Global Business Arena. So, have any questions, ask Melrose or myself, you didn't have to say anything. And we'd be happy to talk to you about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Will. I got too excited, I forgot to tell you guys what the Global Network is. So Global Network is the Global Business Council for Bay East. We're here to network, educate, and share business opportunities with you and how you can do global transactions. We live in the Bay Area, which is a very dynamic location. We have a lot of people internationally coming to the United States. Maybe they're here for business, here for school, or maybe they've already been here for a long time and then they still have global connections to make those deals happen. Maybe money is coming in from outside the United States. Maybe they're buying outside to retire. All those are different possibilities. Will gave us the most straightforward and the easiest way to get the CIPS. I think the online way is super efficient. I did the most inefficient way. I took my class. It took me two years to finish it in 4 different cities. So every city that I was in, I was with a different group of people and heard different stories. And when you hear and you meet people in person, you have the opportunity to know who your referral partners are. You know that they're experienced in handling global transactions or different kind of clients, and you build that rapport. So both ways are great, and pick the one that makes the most sense for you. I have the pleasure of inviting up Carmen Chong. She was the ARIA Asian Real Estate Association National President 2015, is that right?
Yes.
2015. And over the past many years, oh my goodness, almost 10 years. So long. But this means it's a long-term friendship, and we've been mentoring each other, learning from each other, and traveling with each other too. So this is an opportunity to learn how you can use ARIA Global to your benefit. And she's going to tell us a lot more information about it. Thank you, Carmen.
Hello? Good. It's not a good morning, it's good afternoon by now. Let's see. No, it's good morning. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much, Gary, for inviting me to come and share some of our benefits and value that we have from ARIA Global. I heard about CIPS, so which is great. You do need to get certified. First, let me congratulate this group because you're thinking beyond just staying within your comfort zone, which is just doing local business. The trend is for you to go out there and be global, to bring those actually, not necessarily to sell, it's inbound and outbound. Okay, and then going into different type of events, global events and whatnot, you're gonna be able to get the attention of other people and say, hey, here I am an expert in my region. So at the same time, you're also opening, and today's theme is unlocking opportunities. You're opening doors to other opportunities that you can find out there, because if you're able to represent some of the projects that we have at ARIA Global, you're gonna be able to also build that relationship with that person, and they have clients too that they can refer your business to back home. So CIPS is great, but we will do a little bit more for you for the all the CIPS certified, because we do we go out to the world and travel. So hopefully you can join us. So let me just go ahead and start with the presentation. Thank you. Let's see. I did a video for like 2 minutes, so that will help my presentation for you, and then I will just go into details. And then after that, we're gonna talk about Mexico opportunities and then Philippines opportunities, right, Charlie?
Sure.
Okay. Let's see.
Hello everyone, I am Carmen Chong, the CEO of ARIA Global. I'm so excited today to share with you what ARIA Global's vision, which is to create business opportunity and to connect our members to the world. Our 4 pillars are to showcase Referral Connect, up-close trip, and international membership. So let's connect by going to ariaglobal.com and join today. Thank you.
Asian Music Association of America. Awesome. So ARIA Global is actually, it was founded in 2011 because our members have the appetite to go international. They have clients from overseas. So we needed to start at the education, the connection, the networking, have a platform for them. But as everything started with a concept, right after the pandemic is really when we really took off. Because we did a lot of seminars, webinars, obviously webinars via Zoom at first, and then we started traveling when the doors were open for us to travel. So if you're an ARIA member, actually, it does not cost you any more for you to join ARIA Global. It is a separate entity. It is the international entity. And it is to create business opportunities for our members. So you just go into, let's see if I have that here. So you just go into our ariaglobal.com and activate your membership, because we do, like I said, we have a separate database. Not everybody wants to do international, which I think that we should encourage them to do that. And if you're an ARIA member, you can just click that. If you're not an ARIA member, then you can join ARIA Greater East Bay chapter and become a member, and then join ARIA Global. So what does that mean for you being an ARIA Global member? It's to basically connect with our global membership. We do have some members internationally from Europe, from Asia, from Latin America. Especially early this year, we had the very first global summit in Mexico City, and I do speak Spanish too, so there you can have me as a liaison or to support you. Let's see, and having the membership with us, which does not cost you, and if it does cost you, it's because you become an ARIA member, which is, how much is it now? $99 a year, okay? But we'll give you more return with being an ARIA Global. We travel, we go to the up-close trips to go and see some of the developments, and then we basically at the end of the day, I think, is to build that network where you can do the referral. You also have access to a referral connect platform where you can send and receive leads. And obviously the education is the largest piece for us to do. Besides taking you to travel and have a cultural experience, as well as doing some property tours and building business for yourself. Let's see. Referral Connect, I did mention that. So Referral Connect, so as soon as you activate your membership with ARIA Global, you will receive a link where you can upload your profile, right? And then with this profile, you're gonna be able to also upload your listings. And if you don't have any listings, then I'll show you how you can upload some of our projects that we have internationally. And then kind of like build that business for you, for people to look for you, right? Because you have some listings that are gonna be, I would have to say that very attractive in terms of when it comes down to Mexico. And then I know Charlie's gonna be talking about Philippines and some other projects that we have. This is kind of how it will look when you upload your profile. You could send a referral, or you could connect, or just send a message to whoever is within our database. This is how you upload your listings. It's how it's gonna look once you upload your listings. Unfortunately, I don't think that we can, we're trying to find a way so that it could be drawn from your MLS to here. So that's for the technicians to talk about that. But you can always talk to them as to how they can do that for you if you have a lot of listings that you want to upload, and not to do it one by one. But at least I believe it is somehow connected. But the main thing about being part of the Referral Connect platform is that you're gonna be connected with over 500,000 agents around the world. It's not just within our community, within our community, but it is with other communities like REMAX or KW, or the ARIA National, and of course ARIA Global. I'm sorry, I'm looking at this, but this is how your listings will look like. This is your profile. So our other opportunity that you would have, besides being part of that platform for, to send referrals or receive referrals and get yourself having more extended outreach to the, and outside of the United States and Canada, is that we do travel all around the world. These are some of the travels that we did in the past, prior to pandemic. But we're gonna be going, next year to Cambodia, so I invite you to come to Cambodia, more information about that. Basically, we're gonna go there, do an investment session for 3 hours, and then we're gonna go and see some properties. And of course, we have to add the cultural experience for you, because you need to learn about the lifestyle there, what it is that you like from that country, in order for you to be able to tell your client, hey, if you wanna go to Cambodia and wanna do an investment, or, and then this investment could be something that they can also rent out at the same time, you need to experience that in order for you to tell your clients, right? And entice them to even look at some of the projects that is available. You don't have to travel with them. The way that RA Global does it when we talk to the developer is that they will have their sales force over there, right? They will receive your clients, and then they will do all of the things that they need to do because they're the experts on the projects. What is very important for you to know is that the developers that we have the marketing agreements, you will get your commission. You know, one of the biggest thing about international business is that you don't get the commission. So we make sure that you do that. And the commission is not just a simple 25% referral fee, but it's more like depending on what we have, negotiated, it could be up to 6%. So with Cambodia, actually is 7%. And they do have a rate of return of about 6% for the next 3-year guarantee. It is an emerging market, which is why unlocking the opportunity is very important to go to those markets are emerging, right? Vietnam is already up there, so Cambodia is still behind, so this is a great time to really look into it and see as to whether you could, have it in your pipeline as your market. Of course, if you're all the way in Cambodia, we also added a cultural experience for you in Siem Reap to go and see the Angkor Wat. So we make it easy, we make it like a package. The minute that you land, you don't have to worry about anything, visa, that stuff will be taken care of. And it is all nicely put into the package. Hotel is included, transportation, investment, property tours, gala, dinner, and all that. And then I just wanted to announce that RA Global is gonna have a division in Cambodia, because we found the right people to expand our network. The next, so earlier this year, we did have our very first global summit outside of the United States and Canada. In the past, it has been within the United States, Hawaii, Miami, New York, Los Angeles, Beverly Hills. But we took over the global summit, and we're taking it to different parts of the world. So this year was in Latin America, or Mexico being that is the closest one to the United States. Next year, we're gonna go to Vietnam. And just wanted to say that Vietnam, when we go to different countries, doesn't mean that we're just gonna focus on that country. It is an international summit. So you're gonna be learning about other countries as we have visitors, guest speakers that come from different parts of the world. So this is an early bird special that we have, but I will talk to Garrett, and we could do a discount for you of $200 per person if you decide to go. So it has to come from today, the interest that you have today. What are you gonna be looking at? You're gonna have an airport welcome. You're gonna receive a souvenir. You're gonna be also given an hour massage for you to relax, before you start the welcome reception and the summit. We're gonna have the panel discussions, of course, breakout sessions, keynote luncheon, dinner, cruise, gala award dinner, property and culture tours, private ground transportation. So everything is all included, and it will be hosted at the hotel, New York. Oh, I think my lashes are coming down. Okay. Anyway, so sorry. Then, if you come to the Passport Global Summit, you can put it in a package, whether you want to go to Cambodia or whether you want to continue the trip to Da Nang, Hanoi, which is also going to go and see some property tours, some property projects, and the welcome reception, right? And we're gonna have a very nice one-day cruise, stay overnight at the Leland Sea, which is the most luxurious cruise in Vietnam, in Hanoi. But more than anything about all this excitement, all these things that we put together is for you to be able to build relationship, business relationship with the people that are going. Not necessarily, I don't think I'm gonna do any international business, but actually it is to build the relationship amongst us, right? We have gone to other places and we have built that relationship and sent each other referrals. Let's see. Project Showcase. So are all of you real estate agents? Real estate professionals besides, of course?
Yes.
Okay, and then lenders. So if you're a real estate agent, Aria Global makes it easy for you to be able to add all these listings in the sense that if you're an Aria Global member, of course. And I'm gonna have to take this off. Sorry. There you go. Okay. Anyways, sorry about that. Project Showcase, we do have projects in Playa del Carmen, Tulum, Merida. Those of you who speak Spanish or have gone to Mexico, at least, have you gone to Cancun? You have gone to Cancun, okay? So from Cancun, there's like an hour to go to Playa del Carmen, which is Carmen's Beach. And then 45 minutes after, then there's Tulum. And then there's also Merida. Merida is more towards the north, and it's also an upcoming region that you should look into. I have invested in all three of them. So believe it or not, Merida is the one that gave me double already in my investment. Playa del Carmen has given me about 28% increase in investment. Tulum, because they just opened, I believe, an airport that goes directly from the US. Instead of going to Cancun, and then you have to take the taxi or drive all the way to Tulum, which will take about 2 hours, right? So now they have an airport there. So it's a great investment that we can do, and we're gonna talk about that later. So Philippines, we do have also a project in Philippines. They are a green, sustainable developer, been in the business for 35 years. It is very important for you to be able to align yourself with the right developer, right? Especially when we talk about being international. We also have projects in London, flats that are maybe not necessarily to be right in downtown, but a little bit further out because it's more better price, I'll have to say. And Dominican Republic, and of course Cambodia is the one that I mentioned to you earlier. So some of the pictures, I don't want, that's it. So that's it for our board. I'm gonna be around if you have any questions to a little bit more about our global. So, Justin, should I do the Mexico first, or do you like to listen to Charlie first on Philippines?
What do you guys prefer?
Let's go to Philippines. How many are up there? Just go for it.
All right, I guess they want Philippines, a little change of pace. Okay.
Sounds good. Just leave me some space.
Yes. Hopefully you have some space. Let me just. I guess everybody here is real estate agents and any investors? No. Okay. So I guess very few. So okay. First of all, my name is Charlie Chang, and I am not real estate agent, no broker, no loan affiliate with any loan. And I look like Chinese or Korean, but why am I introducing Philippines? Well, I'll get to it. It's a story. So I'm an investor. So a little bit about myself. I've been my first project. Not first project. My first investment when I started was when I was 28. So that's like 25. I don't know. Some years ago, many years. So far, there's a reason I'm telling you this, and we'll get to that later. So far, we have me and my partner, which is my business partner here, which is my brother-in-law, and I have a business partner in Philippines, Mary Lou Manalong. I will introduce her later. Anyway, so we have about 30 properties within the Bay Area. So from San Jose here, actually, I don't know, San Jose, this is not San Jose, this is Pleasanton. San Jose, actually Pleasanton, there's two here. So I know this area very well from east, from the peninsula, from San Jose to Menlo Park, to Oakland, to Berkeley, to Vallejo, to all the way to Fairfield. On the East Bay, it's from Hayward, Pittsburgh, Manteca, Stockton, and then all the way to Sacramento. Basically, what I'm saying is it's all local. It's all in the Bay Area, and that's usually been my philosophy. It's like you know, real estate, you gotta be local, and you gotta be you know, boots on the ground. You have to know the area. So that's mainly my focus for the last 20 years. And it happened. We're talking about Philippines. The reason we're talking about Philippines is because we're through our friendship in Mary Lou. She invited us to visit her hometown. It's her hometown. Clark, right? So Clark, Philippines is her hometown in Philippines. It's about an hour and a half to Manila. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Let me just. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So, sorry, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, so you have to bear with me. This is my first presentation. Yeah. So what's going? Oh yeah. So what's going on in Clark, Philippines?
Where is Clark? How far is it from Manila?
Yes. It's about 53 miles from I'm sorry, from Manila. Okay. So there's sorry.
It's in Pampanga.
It's in Pampanga, exactly. Right. Okay. Let me take a little break. Can you start? Can you? Yeah. Let's do yours.
I was there before.
Let me gather my thoughts.
Let's give you a round of applause.
Sorry about that.
We're amongst friends. I gotta come more often to Bay East. Let me know more about it, Garrett. Because I live in Hayward actually, so I should be part of Bay East.
You should.
If you want, I can tell you a little more about Clark and the Philippines. We just bought a property and
You have? Okay.
it's absolutely beautiful. The amount of development that's going on over there.
We can't hear you.
That's going on over here.
Can you stand up? Stand up.
Hello, can you hear me? Okay, my name is Eduardo. This is my lovely wife, Victoria. We just put a deposit down in the Philippines in Porac. But the development that's going on over there in the Philippines just blew us away when we went over there. It's way better, and it just blows away the stuff that's going on over here. Because they have highways going to this brand new city, Clark, and with the airport, hospitals, industrial, commercial, residential, yeah, the schools, everything's top of the line, top notch.
What are the prices?
So the prices are equivalent to United States, about 200, 300,000 for single family homes. These are not condos. They have a lot. The condos, of course, are going for cheaper. And then they have gated communities with bigger lots where the lots go for about 500,000, and then you get your own builder to build on top of the lot. You know, what else? Anything that you can find here at the mall, they have
Bigger mall.
bigger malls. Oh my God, it goes for blocks and blocks. Like you go to one section of the mall, you cross the street over the bridge to another section of the mall, and you go across the street again, and there's another mall. And talk about mall food over here. Everybody's like, I don't want to go to mall food. You know, you want to go to a nice restaurant. Over there's the opposite. You go to the malls, and they have awesome food. I mean, whatever you can think of. The Philippines is a very Asian hub, so they have a lot of food from all over the world. I was surprised to find Mexican food there.
And it was good.
And it was awesome. Yeah, it was the Italian, the pizza, I mean, ingredients that you find at the high-end restaurants here is at the mall over there. So Clark City, the people are really friendly. I've never seen anyone more friendly and accepting. When we're there, everyone says, yes ma'am, sir, no ma'am, sir. It's just fantastic. We can't wait to finally have the home built for us, because it's gonna take a couple of years for them to do it. 2025. You know, we bought what they call pre-development, so they're still putting in the infrastructure, and by the time they're done, you know, I'm ready to leave the Bay Area, all this hustle and bustle, and leave it behind and go relax in the Philippines.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll have more
Thank you
questions
for-
later.
That's a testimony to you, right? Unlocking opportunities, I would say that what's important is that for you to travel to see what's out there that you can bring back to your clients and tell them and put, plant the seeds in them that nowadays people are actually, especially the golden babies, is it golden babies that we call themselves now? We have to retire. Where are we gonna retire? So they're really looking into retiring back to their country if they're expats, or they're looking into finding the retirement savings that we have. It might not be enough to really retire here. So some of these countries are really building this great infrastructure for us to, especially when it comes to the hospitals and the style of living or the level of living, the lifestyle living. So anyways, let me go through this very quickly because I know that we're at time crunch right now. Let's see, Simca is one of the developers that I met, my gosh, I think almost 20 years, and then finally, right after the pandemic, I decided to invest in there. So, as I mentioned earlier, I did invest in some of the projects. So, why Riviera Maya? So Mexico, there's many places that you can go, but Riviera Maya is the #1 destination for especially from the US, from North America, and even Europe, because when it's cold, that's where they go to. So Riviera Maya is on the south, and I'll show you a map very quickly. The main thing is, of course, airport, right? We always talk about airports. If there is an airport, then it's easy for you to have access. The weather is usually sunny 90% of the year, but they do have some rain and some storms, so don't go during those times. But that's when it's the cheapest time to go. Cost of living is very accessible. They can communicate in English very well. Gastronomy, oh my gosh, I mean, the food over there, you think that Mexican food here is really good, actually. Obviously, Mexico is really good, especially Mexico City and here, because a lot of the European, Italians and chefs, they come down to and open the restaurants there. Let's see. And why investor? Well, it is considered to be the top most popular vacation destination in the world. #1 destination, tourism destination within Mexico, so that means that you're gonna be able to rent your places quite like up to 90%, so 10% vacancy only. The tourism has, of course, grown crazily right after the pandemic, because everybody went there. What else? It's easy for you to do Airbnb there, over there too. It's very, they welcome you to do that, although they do have their own property management for you. If you just don't wanna worry, put the down payment, which is what I did. I put the down payment. I bought some of these projects pre-built, so they're starting to get delivered, and obviously that's where you get that capital, that equity. And then you decide to want to sell it to get, to get paid for that equity, or you decide to rent it out, whether it is Airbnb from here, whether it is a property management from over there. This developer has all that for you too. Yeah,
Carmen,
yes.
what about the deed? Is the deed in Mexico for these places like 99 years and then you have to?
It is a trust deed that they give you with the bank. So you don't own, so because all these projects are near the ocean, right, there is I believe it's 50 kilometers or something that you cannot own the land outright. So it is like a trust with the bank, just kind of like a deed that we have here, but it is renewable after 99 days. It's
Years.
very easy. 99 years, it's very easy to do, yeah. But you own, I mean, yeah. And we could have probably webinars and whatnot if you want to know a little bit more about that with the developer themselves that can give you all these details. So this is where Riviera Maya, Riviera Maya on that corner, you see Yucatan, San Miguel de Allende, Guadalajara, Los Cabos is very popular, and Puerto Vallarta. The trends is,
I got one more thing
yes.
to add. Don't listen to all the negativity that they show on the news about the cartels and stuff.
Mhm.
If you're not involved in that, they don't bother you.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
really
the-
safe.
yeah, so
Yeah.
the government is very strict with the cartel. I'm sure they have communication with them. Leave our tourists
Yeah.
alone, right? Because we don't want you to damage our economy, right? So, yes, you're right.
I feel very safe going down there. The same thing in the Philippines. I feel very safe wherever I go.
Two steps of investment, you can have a passive income, like I was saying, you can invest it, you can buy, you can use it for like 2 weeks or 1 month, it's up to you. They give you up to 60 days for you to do it, to use it personally, or you could just rent it out all the way through, it's up to you. Appreciation, they do an average of 28%, but it really depends on the project. If you go in at the beginning of the development, then the higher the equity, or gain you get. Destination, of course, is easy to access, services is there, they do speak English, cost of living is very accessible. The weather, the air purity, which is very strange, I didn't think so, but when I got there, actually, my skin, I have a really dry skin, so the minute that I land in there, I can feel the moisture. Of course, it is a little bit, how do you call that, humid. But not that humid as Thailand or Vietnam. I don't know Philippines yet, so I had to go and double check Philippines.
Pretty humid.
Very humid? Okay.
Yeah.
So-
Sticky, like the
Okay.
rice.
Benefits. With the developer, you could represent them. So those of you, if you wanna give me your business card, then I can put you into the broker referral program, where like I was saying, that you can get up to the 6%. It is not just about representing the projects, but it's also about you receiving some leads. They are launching this in 2024, but if you do have a group of people who wants to already represent them, just let me know and then we can create some group for you to go, or just have a webinar with your clients. It's IRA friendly, so if some of your clients, I don't know if you know about the that program where you can take the money out of your IRA to be able to invest. You need to find a, so they do have the connections where they can do that instead of using their own liquid assets at the moment. No double tax, and you can also get permanent residence. When you get a permanent residence, obviously you don't pay tax there. Best destination, Cancun is top city destination with the best air connectivity for 2022. So they have had a total of 56,000, almost 57,000 flights plus 10 million seats and an estimated revenue of 11.712. It helped them a lot because of pandemic and being close by. These are some of the brands that are there. So like you were saying about the shopping malls, that you were surprised to see that in Philippines in Clark area. So these are the companies that are going over there. The new company is gonna be Marriott Hotel, Waldorf Infrastructure, Maya Train. The Maya Train will be able to connect you all the way from Merida, all the way to the south of the Caribbean. So it will be easier to just take a train to go to those places rather than you, like I said, driving or getting a chauffeur to take you from Playa del Carmen to Tulum or to Merida. And Tulum Airport, they just, I think they inaugurated the Tulum Airport this week, or was it last week? But yeah, so so what does that mean to the investors? That their property has gone up in value. But there's still a lot of room for you to be able to capture that investment. Some of the developments, I'm gonna go quickly through that. Merida, Playa del Carmen, Tulum, just so that you have an idea how much it costs. Merida is more like the Silicon Valley, and it's considered to be the safest place in Mexico to live. It's a beautiful colonial city, but then the outskirts, by the ocean, by the marina and all that, they do sell you the lots, and then you'll be able to build your own home if you want, or multi-units, or apartments. Or maybe create like a community center, it's up to you, but they have the lots for you, very, very inexpensive, and then you decide what you want to do with that. Those are some of the projects that they have. Playa del Carmen, my favorite place.
Named after you.
Here is one of the luxury condominium places that they have. It's already been delivered, but there's some units available. They are giving you a 50% off or discount so that they can close it up. The starting point is $676,000. That's because it's more like a penthouse type, right? Usually when you try to go in at the beginning, you try to buy the one bedroom or two bedroom. But I would suggest you just to do the one bedroom because they do have a sofa bed that you could then, it's easier to rent that. You have Ceiba, which is a condo, they call it condo paradise. That one starts at $381,000. I remember when they brought it out, it was about $146,000. So a couple of my clients and friends have bought there, so they already gained that equity. They haven't received the property yet, so it's gonna continue to go up. Ipana, that was another one that started with $110,000, and now look at it, it's $256,000. So it's already finished. But then you can also get the 10% discount with some of the units that are available for you. The 256, again, those are the ones that are like a bigger size apartments, 2 bedrooms. Singular Joy, this is where I invested in, and there's only 1 or 2 units that are left. It's the penthouse or the ones that are like 2 or 3 bedrooms. Oh, sorry, Ipana. One of the things about this project is that they make the best top rooftops, where all the the bars, the swimming pools are there. This is where all the entertainments happen. So the rooftop is so that you can see the ocean. They are not near the ocean because then it will cost about $1 million to have a property there. So this is just with the walking distance, maybe a block or 2 blocks or 3 blocks. Singular, let me see. Singular Dream, this is all sold out. I'm selling mine, if you wanna let me know. I'm not gonna tell you how much I bought it for, but I'm selling mine. So this is, the next 2 are the newest projects that they have. It's a studio because we find that there's a lot of like young generation that goes over there just to have fun and all that. So starting at $215,000, 30% down. It used to be only 20, so now they increase it because of the volume. It has gone up. Delivery in 2025. So as you can see, it could go up to another 20% by the time it gets delivered.
Comment, all these are being financed, or you have to have it for cash?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think HSBC was trying to get the financing, and some of the other lenders, they do have it, but it is at a high rate, 9%, right? which is not too bad from what we have here right now. But what we suggest is for you, and this is what I do with all the equities that are coming up right now, is to get the equity from your home, get the funding from here, and then invest over there and pay in cash. Okay. And this one, let's see, Solar Studio 215. Marisol. Marisol is a very new one. It's only 153,000. Let's see, but very basic. So you need to go and see it. So I think that I'm gonna have to have planned for next year to do some sort of an up-close trip and invite you to come along if you like to take a look. But we don't have to wait until then. We could do a webinar if you want to do it just for East Bay, at Bay East. I'm sorry.
Are they all furnace?
Yes, the all furnace. It's turnkey.
Oh, all the buildings are turnkey.
Mhm.
Starting with how many bedrooms? Studio?
Start with some of the projects, the studio to 1 bedroom, and then some are just 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, and 3 bedroom.
So the starting price of 153,000 is a studio or a 2 bedroom or 1
For
bedroom?
this particular one, they just made it into a studio, this project.
Studio?
Yes, just a studio.
How much would it rent it for, about this price, a monthly, if you get it rented through Airbnb, for example?
It can run between $60 to $90 to $120 a night, depending on the season.
How often does it get rented, you think, in a year, like, the renting rate?
At least for the ones that I see in mine, it has been rented up to 90%, which is pretty good. Usually it's like 55 to 60. But but I do know that someone that does their own Airbnb, they do it 100% because they're just fine strictly for that. Me, I cannot do so many things, so I just give it to them for them to manage, of course. And they do all the marketing and all that stuff that you need to do. Obviously, you pay them at 30% to manage it for you, but you will get a quarterly report to see how it's going.
And through Aria Global, I can sell these things.
Yep.
And get a referral.
Yes. Up to 6%. It used to be like for sure 6%, but I think that they just changed their platform of referral, that it's doing a lot more things, so I'm gonna have to do more discussion about that, but it is 6% for that. If it's Merida, it's actually 5%. Okay, Tulum, let me see, Tulum, because the airport has opened, I think it's a good time to look into new developments. This one is already, it was open for like 2.5 years. It's gonna be delivered, some of them. I don't think it has been delivered yet, because I haven't seen it. But the starting point is 209, and that they're giving a discount of 8% from the sales price, but you can always negotiate. Everything is negotiable, in my opinion. Grand Tulum, that's one of the, I also invested in there, that's one of the nicest development that is very, very close to the beach. You will have access to a, what do they call it? So these are all the amenities that it has: underground spa, rental fitness, local cuisine pavilion, a cinema on the open. There was something else I saw that I thought it was, and it's very much pet and children friendly. And that's the new one now, because they sold out on the other one, there's some that are left still, but this is the newest one that is next to it. And its starting point is 317,800. And delivers 2026, so that will be something that I will look into. Okay, and I think that's it. Yeah, thank you. Any questions? Charlie?
Sorry, hopefully second time is better.
You can do it, you can do it. Yeah. So just re-emphasize the Clark on a macro level. So what's happening in the Philippines is Manila is heavily congested. It's like major mega city. So the government is pushing to kind of diversify. So that's why Clark was the natural destination for Philippines government. What does that mean? So that's why it used to be an American Air Force base, And after they left, they turned into an airport, commercial airport. Now they rebuilt, not rebuilt, they completely built a brand new one in Clark, and it's called New International Airport, and they just finished building it. This is last year December, and there are 246 international flights per week. And in fact, when I was there this summer, my family went with me, but they didn't go from here. They actually went to Taiwan first, and there was direct flight from Taiwan to Clark. The flight time was 2 hours, and there's direct flight to Hong Kong and as well as Korea. So, like to reiterate, when I was there in Clark, there was so much happening in terms. There's so much building. There's so much tourism. In fact, they have a whole town dedicated. It's called Korean Town. That's how much Korean tourists daily fly there. You're gonna ask, why do they fly there? I mean, what's in Clark, right? So not only they have international flight, they also have what's my next slide? Seven
clicker.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, that one I tell. They have currently 7 casinos and 4 major ones last year. So a lot of tourists from Asia, they go there for one of the entertainment is casinos, right? So with casinos, there's 4-1. Hans was built, 2 years ago. There's Hyatt, Marriott, and there's Royce, which they completely remodel at the beginning of I think this year. That's when I was there. They had a grand opening. So casino tourism is one of the big things. And what else can you do there, right? So they have what they call it. They have 7 golf courses there. And in fact, they have a new deal in Hans. They have a new, what do they call it? I'm not very familiar with golf, but it's one of the first PGA affiliated golfing destination. They're being built right now in Clark. So that's a major news. So what do they go there for? So they go there for tourism, which is casinos. They don't have to go to Macau. I mean, that's the only other place in Asia right now to go for a casino. And then the other one is they play golf. And so that's just tourism side of the business. What's another major economic driver for that region is they rezone Clark to not only have airport but development. So what business developments? They have a lot of major companies are in Clark. Texas Instrument, some Japanese companies, you're familiar with it. And also, government is pushing all their government facilities away from Manila to locations like Clark. So their Bank of Philippines, I believe, is gonna set up in Clark as well. And actually also FedEx International is choosing Clark as their international hub for Asian Pacific. So there's definitely many economic drivers for I mean, it's emerging markets. It's a booming. It's unlike here for sure. Let me see. Oh, and the other major event is they're connecting. So they're diversifying from Manila to a city like Clark. They're building high-speed rail and currently being built, and it's gonna be finished by 2025. So right now, driving from Manila to Clark or vice versa, it takes about 2 hours. So this high-speed rail is gonna take about 35 minutes or so. Yeah, and when we're there this summer, we already see the poles being built, and then it's gonna connect to other cities along the way. So Clark is one of the major ones. So not only you don't have to go fly directly to Manila, you can just fly directly to Clark, and just there's so much connectivity now. So that's another major driver of growth. Let me see what else. Where do I have? I went through there, and there's what's that? There's also there's new recent news that there's a 2.5 billion entertainment city. Clark. That means I think Michael Jackson's brother and his group investing in Clark as well. You know, there's some like major international firms. I guess the bottom line is when you see whales swimming or sharks swimming in a particular area, you know there's something happening there. And as little fish as we are, you know there's something there to feast. I guess that's the right word. Okay, so where is it exactly physically, right? So I kind of took a screenshot. Manila is here, right? And that's where Clark is. See here is they call it the Clark Freeport. That's where all the development zones are, and it's right next. It's just like you know a street or a city there. So that's where it's happening. And I think there is also Subic connection, which is port. They're connecting port as well to Angeles. So instead of going to Manila, the sea transportation or cargo transportation go through Subic, which is very close to Angeles, and they just finished developing the highway there last couple of years. So what are the opportunities? So we saw this major growth opportunity there. So of course, as an investor, I want to be on it. And we looked at a lot of, like you said, first, I visited. I know there's so many things happening. I want to be part of it. And we went to look at different like condos. As a foreigner, the first thing you do is like, oh, the condos are the only thing we're allowed to buy, right? So we looked at them, and they're not. First of all, they're not that great. They're either very small or very, what do you call it, like almost like manufactured. They have so many units in one building, but they're really small, and then the quality just wasn't there. So, Mary Lou and I decided to build ourselves. So again, this is the Clark International Airport, and we're talking about right next 15. So just to get you how close the proximity is. Once you land in Clark, and about 15 minutes driving distance, or it's in our development basically. Okay, so I show you the pictures. So we just completed this in last year actually in December. So we had a grand opening, our grand opening ceremony, you guys saw. I was there in December it's a 24 unit. This is what it looks like. It's a completely finished build. And you do your market research, you do your studies, and you have all these, you think it's great, but you don't know until you finally build it and see how, because our units are bigger, are more spacious, more executive living. So we know there's market for it, but we don't know how well until you actually build it and see what's happened. So we built it in December 2023. Is there any more slides? No. Okay. So in August. Okay. So we're gonna have phase 2. The reason why I'm gonna have phase 2, I wasn't expecting it either. We thought we were just gonna build it and test our theories and so forth, because it's so well received. I think we sold or in contract 2/3 of the units. There's 24 units there, ranging from a condo to a 2-bedroom size. It's exactly what every Carmen's slideshow shows. That's a typical condominium size, I guess, in anywhere in the world. I just found that out. So we just in August. That's why we're there. I took my family. I took my friends over, not to show them the building. Actually, it's just for vacation, And for me, it was just for the phase 2 groundbreaking ceremony. And just give you an idea how well received, that trip actually turned out to be very profitable because 4 of our friends and families all purchased because they were so overwhelmed by the quality of the product, by the emerging growth of the town and the things to do, that they're so blown away. One is American, one is 2 are Asian American, one is Filipino. So it's different races, but they all were once. I mean, they are still residents, but they want to buy it because it was such a good investment. The reason why it's good investment is, I want to show you later, all of them are doing Airbnb because that's a market that we didn't, when we started building, we know there's a demand, but we didn't know how high of demand there is. I mean, but turns out, because through their purchases, this is their booking rate. This is actual booking rate for this is what, October 28th? Whole month of October is already booked. And you can see November is only, few days unbooked. And this is, the screenshot of one of the units.
Charlie, can I ask, on these buildings, do they have underground garages, or is it all parking on the outside?
There's, okay, that's another story. I don't know if I have time to get into. We have to purchase a parking lot, another land, behind it.
Oh, okay.
Because for the parking, because we didn't know, and we had to triple the price what we paid for 3 years ago. Just to give you an idea the demand is. So we do have some parking in the front, but interestingly, this, for some reason, Philippines is not too high on parking spaces. That's mind-blowing to me. So you learn as you go, right? As you have more experience. So, but we do have parking spaces if they're needed. They currently have one. So I want to show you. If you have a few minutes, can I show you YouTube of our actual YouTube video of building?
Just one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the economy for the Philippines, what does that look like?
Right now, it's one of the fastest growing economies in Southeast Asia. So that's the macro.
Okay, but you're saying there isn't, garages is not a big deal.
Yeah.
So is it more public transportation?
Yes.
Is it more?
It's more public transportation. So the audience of this is interesting. So it is for, again, these prices are not for locals.
Oh, okay.
But there's a demand for them because there's so much tourism and so much demand from the main city. Because once the high-speed rail connects, it's just like 35 minutes. Like especially now after COVID, not just US, but many countries, they have work from home days and things like that. So it's not, further away is no longer an issue, maybe that's it, right. So where the previous map is where we are, there's about 20 minutes from our building to actually the high-speed rail train. It's about 20 minutes walk. That's how, walk. That's how close the high-speed rail station is to next to the building. Just to give you an idea. Okay, let's.
Can we drive the American license thing?
Yes.
Driver's license?
Okay. So I'll show the building, and before I show, I want to. There's something I want to say is that it's a great opportunity for Filipino Americans. The reason why it's a great opportunity for Filipino American is currently they're the only ones who can purchase and finance. And we have, we work with the banks. So for example, like foreigner like me, I can only purchase it by cash, or I don't know, somehow work with banks here to finance, but I don't know how that works. But it turns out, because one of our, actually that fifth, one of our, another friend slash, who's also Filipino American, she wasn't on our tour, but she visited, and again, she saw how much it was growing and how well the condominium was built, that she, with instant contract, she's working with the banks in Philippines.
How much are these condos?
Their range, Marilyn, do
115.
you wanna, let me search, could you just answer the question and I'll search the YouTube for our building? Cause the, technically, yeah.
So the studio units are $115,000 and to 2-bedroom units around $230,000.
How many square footage is the studio? Or
For the studio, it's 40 square meters.
about 400?
40 square meters, about 40 square meters is about close to 500 square feet.
500, yeah.
How much is the HOA?
HOA is around
Oh, there's a way, yeah.
200, it's 100 pesos per square meter, but
One thing you need to do before buying anything online.
Sorry,
Don't spend a
let me
dollar
just
on
pause this.
Amazon until you watch the.
Okay, got it.
so of course it depends on how big how much quantity.
So are you the developer there?
We're the developer.
We're the developers, yeah, yeah.
Is
It's
there
our
property
first
tax?
project. We also build smart homes, and these are 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom units, automated, and
Smart home.
solar panels.
Yeah, there you go.
But this
In
is
the
the
Philippines.
In the Philippines, in Clark. Okay, I don't know any other
Okay,
regions
this
of
is-
Philippines, I'm not very familiar, but this place I'm familiar with.
So this is outside the Clark Special Economic Zone. So that means these units, they have
Yeah,
perpetual
see, you know
ownership.
that.
They're not leads. So generations, your kids, the
How
kids.
far
get-
from Manila?
They can.
It's an hour and a half drive to 2 hours, but with the new railway, it's gonna be 30 minutes.
No airport there.
Oh, the airport.
There's the new international
Yeah,
airport and it just opened, yeah.
Yeah, so it's about 15 minutes again, 15 minutes from the airport. Once you land, I pick my.
From US?
Yeah,
Or from only, Asia only?
the Clark International Airport has flights, all, from US you can. There's, they stop in Japan or Taiwan.
Or Hong Kong or Singapore, and then
Singapore.
they fly.
So there's a
So that's
stop.
why it's from Asian only?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not direct from US?
Oh, not direct, not yet, not direct from, yeah, but connecting flights.
Yeah.
Direct. But
Because the
there's,
airport usually is smaller.
right, yeah. So the airport, they just built the phase 1, there's 4 phases. So they just completed in phase 1. So this is just our. That's roof deck, it looks like that exactly.
That's for all the units or just one?
All the units, it's a public space.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. So, again, these, it's just like in Mexico in these areas, they're not, the reason why I think there's great opportunities, other than, because our market here is, I consider mature, right? But the markets like some of the Mexico cities, as well as, and especially like Clark, they present opportunities that are, like, I would say, hyper growth. I don't know, like Carmen mentioned, like 3 years she bought it, what, 100% return? I don't know, what was it? 100%, 3 years, right? I don't know about, but I do know that we purchased our land for our just a parking lot, 3 times the price we paid for 3 years ago. So that just gives you an idea of the amount of.
Do they come furnished or do you offer furnished packages?
Oh yes, that's a good question. All of our investors, so again, it's learn, I mean, you go as you learn, right? So at first, none of them are furnished. And it turns out our clients want furnished. So now they're all furnished. I mean, they're furnished, not only they're furnished, they're like they're turnkey. So we have our own, what do you call it, property management that lists on the Airbnb. We have cleaning that does cleaning. We have concierge service where, what do you call it, clothing, laundry, yes, all that stuff, right? Call for taxi, it's just a security guard and everything. So basically, it's just like, what's that, right? Turnkey? Turnkey development, right? So, in fact, all of our I keep going back to the example that in the summer we brought our friends, because because I've been to Philippines as Clark 5 times over the last 7 years that I know Mary Lou. And I found it fascinating and such a high growth area that I went back, and it's so fun. So this summer was the only time that I brought my family and friends over, because I want to introduce them to the area. And they were so impressed that just the byproduct of that is 4 of them bought, and actually 5th of them bought the condo, because they were so impressed with the area and the product that we were able to deliver, which is unique, because that's why when we first developed it, we couldn't find the thing we were looking for. As for America, we want larger spaces, we want certain quality, and at the time, it wasn't there in the city. I mean, they were definitely building a lot of condominiums, but the quality of it wasn't, the space of it wasn't what we wanted or we expected, and we thought there's definitely got to be a market for this. Right. And we made a lot of studies, we made a lot of assumptions, and it came to fruition, meaning that what we thought is actually what people wanted. And it was one of our friend that went there with us to a trip. He's a commercial appraiser for Fremont Bank. And we didn't expect it. He was like, oh, what do you think of this place? Isn't it great? I said, where can I buy the unit? I said, what are you talking about? I said, he's so impressed at how well the quality of the building is built, how well the units are, and how amazing the cities have becoming. Basically it's a hub, central hub to anywhere else in Philippines.
So those how you saw is mostly investor. Because you say that price is not for local people, right?
Right. It's actually half of the half of the sold units are local Filipinos, but they're not your typical local Filipinos. Okay. They're usually from the city. They want to diversify, or they're expat. Oh, another expat. There's a huge expat community because Clark is ex-US Air Force base, right? So there's a huge expat community in Philippines as well. So they're the buyers too, but they're actually buyers because they usually have spouses who are Filipino, so they are not restricted to condominiums. So they're actually buying houses, which we are building, we're building as well. Single family homes. And there's a different market for that, meaning there's Mary Lou sold it, one that we just built last year. It's actually a Filipino couple, but husband is American. She lived in Arizona, ex-teacher, retired, moving to Philippines, and bought our small home. Yeah.
I have a question. So, as realtors, if we refer someone to your development, are you paying?
Yes, commissions, right? Yes, there we go. That's the area Mary Lou would need to answer. Yeah, she's the CEO of our development corporation. I'm just advocator.
Good to know. Thank you.
How many percent?
Oh, I believe it's 5 to 7%. It's the same rate as here, right? Or I'm not sure.
Don't talk numbers. We
Yeah.
don't talk numbers.
Stay out of trouble.
Stay out of trouble, guys. Don't talk
Definitely
numbers.
more than here.
Yeah.
In terms of is there any property tax in Philippines?
Oh yes, that's a good question. There's no, they call it transfer tax. Is it transfer tax?
There's property tax,
But they're not here, like 2% of the property value. They're very minimal. Minimal meaning they're like.
Do you pay every
Is
year?
it every year? It's very immaterial. Like maybe I'm talking about like less than a couple $100s a year. Yeah, yeah.
And like if you rent it out for Airbnb, like is there any Airbnb restrictions? And also if you have an income, which country do you pay the income?
Oh, that's a good question too. So, okay, again, we did research, right? For foreign income, it's under 100,000, you don't need to report it.
160,000?
Yeah. So you don't even need, that's another thing, that's a tax advantage. Yeah. So you don't need to report anything under.
You don't pay it there and
you don't pay it there, you don't pay it here.
Do you have units available now? Inventory? Do you have inventory?
We still have some inventory, right? I'm not sure what's the latest. Yeah. So, but our phase 2 is a groundbreak broke. Yeah. It's a 48 units. That's how how successful it's become.
And
Yeah.
your property management that takes care of your Airbnb, what is the percentage that they charge for?
Oh, that's another good question. Your department.
10%. But for all the other expenses like utilities and HOA, take off 30% from the whole.
Oh yeah. So we did a calculation from the units that just went live and everything. The rate of return on what do you call it, the studio after net, meaning after the HOA, after all the electrical and all that cleaning, social security, it's about 5 to 8%. Yeah. Profit, 5 to 8%.
So how much is that in US?
Depending on the, so I mean, our lowest.
You pay gas.
So let's say, let me give you the numbers. So for example, our unit, 115,000.
That's the studio, right?
Yeah, So let's say, what is it? Let's say take a number 5%. That's a $6,000 a year net. $7,000 a year net. So we found out the best, if you're talking about the greater cash returns, of course there's value in 2-bedroom and 1-bedroom as well, because you're looking at taking a lower rate of return on rental, but you're talking about a price appreciation, right? So there's different, people buy it for different reasons, and people, some of them actually live there, so it's not an income related property. So of course the most valuable is the 2-bedroom, right? But then
How much is that one?
it's 200,000 around, correct?
How much, I'm sorry?
200,000.
And the 1 bedroom?
1 bedroom is 115.
Oh,
Is that right?
131, around 130.
1 bedroom?
One.
No, studio.
Studio is 115.
Studio 115, 1 bedroom is 130?
130 to
130 to something. Yeah.
And 2 bedrooms, 200.
Yeah, because it's much bigger.
130 to 200.
115 to 200, is that correct? Okay.
115 is the studio.
Yeah. And then have it furnished is like extra $8,000. Is that right, or something like that? Around 8,000, meaning if you want the furnished package, it's just 8,000 more. Oh, so another thing, just to give you an idea, the friend that financed it with so she got her dual citizen, meaning she renewed her citizenship with embassy. So she was able to borrow with her W-2 here, okay? And she's paying $10,000 down, and pretty much everything financed through the bank. And I think the rate she got was around 8%.
So if only pay 200,000 for 2 bedroom, and the profit is only 5%.
4 or 5% because you talk because the rental income you get from 2 bedroom is not double the rental income from a studio.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 4 or 5% of 200,000. So only 10,000 a year.
Yes, for the 2 bedroom.
Not much.
Not much because it's again it's price appreciation, right? So that's a different. If you're looking just to generate cash, you're probably looking for a studio or 1 bedroom because they give you a much better rate of return. You know all that. Just like here, right? You buy a 5,000 square foot house versus like 2,000, you're not gonna get twice as much rent out of that. It's the same idea.
So the garage that you said is separate, do they have to pay, because the unit you're selling is just a house?
Right.
Not the garage, right?
There's no garage. Yeah.
I know, but if you had to buy a garage, it's a separate purchase? Or no? I mean,
Is the parking included?
It's a parking. That's a good question. It's not a. Nobody asked for parking.
There's parking, there's no assigned parking.
There's no assigned parking. It's not like you. You see, that's the thing. Right. So that's
There's
again.
parking space, but there's no assigned.
Right. So it's again you learn as you go. Right. So coming from America, we are. I'm fascinated with parking space. No, for real, right? I mean, you understand this. I mean, when we're building this, we're like, oh, there's no parking space. And they're like, ignoring me, right? They're ignoring me. I'm like, how can we start anything if there's no parking space? It's not, nobody asked for that in the Philippines. Yeah. That's not one of their local conditions. It's like a parking space or assigned garage or anything. But we do have space for parking. We actually purchased land for our phase 2, or just for parking.
Yeah, so you don't have to pay extra for that?
No.
It's included in the price?
Yes.
Question, what do you think the projection of like a rent increase in the future or even the price appreciation, let's say in 5 years down the line? And also, what about the exchange rate with the dollar and Filipino?
Okay, so it's right now $1 to 54, 55, I think. That's the rate. It hasn't fluctuated very much between $1 to 50 to 55, that range. And then the price appreciation, that's the $64 million question, right? But I don't know exactly the percentage, but I do know from past experiences being in Philippines, just building this condominium project, that our land itself tripled in 3-4 years.
Because you buy at a good time.
Well, isn't real estate all about timing? Timing and what do you call it, location? Yeah, exactly.
I have a question. So you said there is no parking, or there is public parking, you have no assigned parking. Is there meters, parking meters in the streets?
No. No parking meters. Yeah, so again, if you do have clients, I mean, if you do have take vacation and just take a look. I mean, as a global investor, the places that you're interested in, first take a vacation. I think you can stay at our A and B for free.
He said it.
Only.
We have it on camera.
Yeah, so there's long term. don't think as good as the Airbnb, because the Airbnb, the reason the Airbnb market is so great, just to give you an idea, because there's so much tourism within Asia, within outside the country, within Philippines itself. Meaning there's so many people coming from Manila on vacation because they can play golf, they can gamble. There's spa, I would call it natural springs. There's so many things to do. Anyway.
They don't put any restrictions with Airbnb, like 30 days?
No. Yeah. So I know there's a lot of questions I haven't answered or I haven't presented, but feel free to, ask, later.
Thank you, Carmen. Thank you, Charlie. Also, thank you for all of you for coming out today to learn more about global real estate. Please follow our new Facebook page. We'll be posting future global events on there and also networking opportunities. I think Charlie definitely gave a good point. Before you go buy it, go try it. What if you never like it? Then that's a bad idea.
He said
right?
it's free. He says it's free.
I don't think that includes the airfare. You gotta still get there. Okay? Same thing with Carmen. She's been to Mexico so many times. That's why she likes it there and buys it there. And with the up-close trips that Aria Global offers, I think this is the best way to network. Even if you never buy in the destination, you now have experience in that destination. You also have the experience of working with the people that are on the trip, and you can get to know better. Definitely try before you buy. Like the place you go. Any other questions you guys have for today? We're going to wrap up for today. Hi, Aries.
So, I said we're interested in Mexico, so we want to deep dive. We're not just we just don't want. We want to know the building, but where we want to know the rule, whether it's the government, the tax, how we can do that in the deep dive.
Yeah, so before going over there, of course, we do webinars before that, right? So right now I was just collecting some of the business cards so that I can create a webinar for you. And that way the developer themselves or the salespeople can tell you all these details, the government, how you hold title, all those things. How does the exit strategy also works, because what if you don't want it anymore? Like for me, I could resell my unit on my own, since I'm a real estate broker, or I can just let them do and get them to have the commission because they have a bigger pool of people that are interested. So yeah, so we'll do that if you want do a webinar.
Definitely share your card with Carmen and Charlie so if you want further information. I think it would be also advisable that if you do, please talk to your own tax professional to see what the implications are if you decide to repatriate the money back to the U.S.
Yeah. Just because you're doing business over there, because you're in the United States, you have to
pay local.
Yeah, you have to pay taxes here, right?
And you're American, so Uncle Sam wants it too.
Yes. But if you become a resident or permanent resident, some kind of residency, then you don't have to, because then you get the salary and everything.
These are the same kind of conversations that when you have foreign buyers coming to the U.S., like someone from Germany and say, "Hey, Aries, I want to buy a condo," and then they're legit. They're not these scammers, right? You got to check that first, and then you got to tell them to talk to their tax person. Do they pay here? Do they pay at their home country? Yes.
So I was looking at your website, and the properties that were featured are what was on the slides. However, if there's a particular location in Mexico or the Philippines, do we get connected with developers through our area, or?
We only will promote the ones that we already curated. We will only promote the ones that we already did all our due diligence ourselves, right? So if you are looking for something for, let's say, Puerto Vallarta or Los Cabos, then what we'll do is we'll connect you with AMPI Global, which is the Mexican